Welcome to Heaven of Human. This is the place where we talk about real life, real lessons, and the truths we often ignore. Here, I don't give you empty motivation. I give you perspective, direct, clear, and grounded in reality. Because human growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from facing the hard truths that shape us into stronger people. So take a deep breath, open your mind, and let's step into today's lesson together.
Have you ever felt it? That quiet voice inside telling you, I'm worth more than this paycheck. You look at your skills, your experience, your ideas, and deep down, you know you can do more. But the world still sees you as an employee, stuck inside someone else's system. This is where so many people stand, caught between the life they already have and the life they secretly want. On one side, stability, a salary, a routine that feels safe. On the other side, a dream, uncertain, risky, but full of possibility. The question is not whether you want freedom. Almost everyone does. The question is whether you're truly ready for it. Because leaving your job is not about escaping. It's about stepping into a bigger fight, one that demands more of you than your company ever did. Today, I want to speak to those who are standing at that crossroad. The ones thinking, should I quit? Should I build my own path? Before you take that step, you need to understand what it really takes.
When should you leave your job and start your own business? People talk about freedom, passion, and courage. But let's be honest, it's not just about being brave, it's about being prepared. Number one, when your ability is worth more than your paycheck. If your skills are already stronger than what your company can afford to pay you, maybe it's time to look further. But don't fool yourself. Let results, not your ego, prove your worth. Number two, when your expertise is undeniable. You must become a real professional, top 10 in your field, at least in your province or community. If people think about that skill, your name should appear in their minds. Number three, when you have a clear goal and burning desire. Not just a dream, but an obsession you can commit to for years. That restless energy is fuel for survival. Number four, when you have capital. Business moves on money. Save, borrow, or invest, but never pour 100% in. Use 30%. If you throw everything at once, you will live in pressure and fear, not in creation. Number five, when you have a real plan. Business is like a journey. You need a route, a budget, and an idea of what obstacles lie ahead. Without a plan, you're walking blind. Number six, when you've tested the waters. Don't jump out 100% too fast. For beginners, take freelance jobs, side projects, or part-time gigs. Build a portfolio, earn trust, and collect experience before cutting the safety rope. Number seven, when your new income beats your salary 3-to-1. If you've been consistently making 3 times your salary from your project for 6 months to a year, then you can leave your job, not earlier. Number 8, when you've calculated the trade-offs. Some paths can't be walked together. If you quit at 40 and fail, will you easily find another job? Every decision carries weight. Think carefully. Number 9, when you focus on customers, not competitors. Every idea can be copied, even if you were the first. Success attracts imitation. Don't waste energy fighting copycats. Use that energy to serve your customers better. Number 10, when you're ready to choose between the present and the future. This is the hardest point. The present gives comfort, security, and a steady paycheck. The future is unknown, risky, and scary. But here's the truth. If you refuse to fight for your future, you'll still suffer, just as an employee forever. And remember this, Fear comes from ignorance, like fearing water because you never learned to swim. But real risk, that comes from doing something you don't understand in a field you're not skilled at. That is the danger. Don't blindly believe motivational quotes or life coaches who scream, "Quit your job now." Inspiration is fine, but the decision must come from your skills, your experience, and your readiness. When you truly know your craft, when you've built expertise, when you've saved capital, made a plan, tested the market, and proven results, then, and only then, should you take the leap. Until that day, build yourself, sharpen your tools, get ready, because the world does not pay for dreams, it pays for results.
The hidden trap of freedom. Most people don't really want freedom. They want comfort that looks like freedom. They dream of leaving their jobs, but what they're chasing isn't independence, it's escape. They're tired of being told what to do, tired of the meetings, the deadlines, the rules. So they imagine a world where they can wake up late, make their own choices, and call it freedom. But real freedom doesn't begin when you quit your job. It begins when you can discipline yourself without anyone watching. The truth is, most people don't hate their jobs. They hate accountability. They hate pressure. They hate structure, until they realize that business ownership demands 10 times more of it. When you work for yourself, there's no manager pushing you, only your own standards. And if your standards are weak, your dream collapses fast. That's why so many who chased freedom end up crawling back to security. Not because the world is unfair, but because they never learned to command themselves. Freedom isn't the absence of control, it's the mastery of it. Until you understand that, quitting your job won't set you free. It will expose your weaknesses.
The myth of being ready. Everyone says, "I'll quit when I'm ready." But here's the truth. No one ever feels ready. What most people call readiness is just a search for the perfect condition that will never exist. They wait for the right time, the right savings, the right idea, the right partner. Years pass, and all that waiting slowly kills their courage. The world moves on while they're still getting ready. But on the other hand, some people confuse emotion with readiness. They wake up one morning, fed up with their boss, and call it a sign from the universe. They quit without a plan, thinking passion will pay the bills. It doesn't. Emotion burns fast. Discipline burns long. Being ready isn't about feeling confident, it's about being capable. You are ready when your skills have weight, when your experience has value, when your actions can survive without someone else's system holding them up. That's readiness, not excitement, not faith, but competence. And competence can't be built overnight. It's shaped by years of mistakes, repetitions, and quiet progress no one applauds. So if you're not yet that person, don't hate yourself for staying. Use your current job as your training ground. Learn, fail safely. Build your foundation before you burn the bridge. Because you don't prepare for freedom by running away from responsibility. You prepare for it by mastering it, where you are right now.
The cost of the leap. Every leap has a cost, and freedom charges the highest one. The day you walk out of your job, the safety net disappears. No paycheck, no system, no backup plan to hide behind. Suddenly, every mistake is yours alone to carry. People talk about courage like it's a fire that never fades, but when rent is due, savings shrink, and no one is buying your product, that fire starts to flicker. That's when you learn the difference between dreaming of freedom and paying for it. Success in business isn't just about ideas, it's about endurance. You'll face long nights where nothing works. You'll question yourself. You'll wonder why you ever left something stable for something uncertain. And if you weren't prepared mentally and financially, those doubts can destroy you faster than failure ever could. This is the cost no one mentions, the emotional tax of uncertainty, the loneliness of walking a path where no one guarantees your next meal, the quiet panic when you realize you are now the system that must keep running no matter what. So before you jump, look at the bill. Freedom isn't free. It's a transaction between who you are now and who you must become. You pay for it with patience, discipline, and sacrifice. And if you're not ready to make that payment, then waiting is not weakness, it's wisdom.
Building readiness before you quit. If you truly want freedom, you must build it while you're still inside the cage. Readiness isn't something you discover one morning, it's something you construct day by day. Start with skill mastery. Every hour you spend at your current job is free training for the next chapter. Observe how systems run, how people sell, how money moves. That's your business school, and you're getting paid to attend. Next, build financial muscle. Savings are not just money, they are time. The more months of living cost you can cover, the more clear-headed your decisions will be when pressure hits. Don't aim for luxury, aim for endurance. Then, test your idea in the real world. Start small, freelance, sell, create, fail, while the salary still shields you. Let the market, not motivation quotes, tell you whether your idea works. When results come consistently, confidence will follow naturally. Also, design your daily discipline now. Wake up earlier, set your own targets, train yourself to deliver without someone reminding you. If you can't lead yourself under structure, you'll collapse in freedom. Building readiness is not glamorous. It's slow, quiet, and often invisible. But when the time comes to step out, you won't be running from your job. You'll be walking toward a future you've already rehearsed.
Managing fear and risk. Fear isn't the enemy. Ignorance is. Fear is your body's signal that something matters, that the next step will cost something real. The goal isn't to erase fear, but to interpret it correctly. When people say, "I'm scared to fail," what they really mean is, "I don't know what will happen." That's why knowledge is the only real antidote to fear. The more you understand the game, the less power fear has over you. Study your field. Talk to people who failed before you. List the worst-case scenarios and prepare for them. If you know how much money you could lose, how long you could last, and how to recover, fear becomes a plan instead of a wall. Remember this: every business that survived did so not because the founder was fearless, but because they were ready for what fear warned them about. Risk, too, is not the villain. Blind risk is. Calculated risk is the currency of progress. Before you leap, ask, "Can I survive if this goes wrong? Can I rebuild?" If the answer is yes, then the fear you feel isn't danger, it's confirmation that you're moving toward growth. So stop waiting to feel fearless. Fear is part of the journey. You don't overcome it by being brave, you overcome it by being prepared.
The right time to leap. There comes a point when preparation must turn into action. You can't stay in training forever, or fear will become your new comfort zone. But the right time to leap isn't when you feel ready. It's when your actions prove you already are. You'll know it by the results. When your side income starts to exceed your salary, not once, but steadily. When your systems run even while you sleep. When your skills produce value without permission from a boss. That's not luck, that's readiness confirmed by evidence. The right moment to leap is quiet. There's no applause, no perfect sign. It's when your heart is calm, not excited. When you understand the weight of what you're doing and accept it fully. That's when courage is real, because it's no longer driven by emotion, but by clarity. And if you've done the work, built skill, planned your finances, tested the waters, disciplined your mind, then don't wait for the universe to nod. Take the step. No one will give you permission to start your life. Because in the end, success doesn't belong to the fearless. It belongs to those who prepare, decide, and move.
Remember this, human growth isn't about being perfect. It's about refusing to stay small when you know you can be more. Every day you choose whether to protect your value or to give it away. And those choices, repeated over time, shape your future. So take what you've heard today and live it. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because time never waits, and neither should you. If this message spoke to you, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Together, let's build a life of real strength, real discipline, and real growth.